Howdy YouTube! Hey, I just wanted to show you some strange tremors that have been occurring in various places. But first, I want to show you the strange tremors that have been showing up on Mount Hood's two seismograms, Palm and Tim. These tremors appear almost daily and usually do not show on surrounding seismographs except with each other. These two seismos are located close to each other and are set on the mountain itself. I do not know the exact location or elevation, but it is pretty close to the summit, I believe. You can see here in the picture. I could be wrong, but as usual I try to debunk things as much as possible to search for the truth no matter where it leads. But there are many times where that is not possible. This is one of those times. It appears almost every day in some shape or form and usually happens very close to the same time frame, even though the length of the tremor itself usually is different than the previous tremor of the previous day. The thing that keeps bugging me, though, is its spectral lines. Its waveform appears to have a rhythm. Because, I thought it was surface noise, like wind, because of how high up it is on the mountain, because there's usually a lot of wind up there. But wind is very sporadic and spiky. And it appears to occur near the same time frame each time it occurs. So could this be coming from underground? If so, and even not, what the heck could this be? Here are the two stations, Palm, which is very close to the summit, and Tim. Now I will show you the tremors in question. August 1st, 2017. See how it has a specific rhythm? See that? And these bars, look at my previous video about the update on LKWY. These bars look kind of like the bars that I saw on yesterday's seismograph from Lake Yellowstone. This is August 1st, 2017, but this time it's Tim. The last one was Palm, this one is Tim. Look at that. So this is for the same day. The spectral lines can't really be seen right here, but you could definitely tell it's the same tremor, or whatever it is. Here is September 10th, 2017. And again, these are not the only days that it occurs. It happens almost every single day, actually. So I just picked a few of the days just to show you what the tremors look like. But you can notice it has a rhythm. Wind is very sporadic and spiky, and it does not carry a rhythm. This is September 10th, 2017 as well, but this is Tim. Look at that. What are those? This is very weird right here. I have no clue what the hell that is. Because, wind. And of course there's no cars up there because this is very close to the summit of Mount Hood. But right here, it could be wind, but it starts very suddenly. Wind would pick up slowly as the storm or the wind surge approaches. But this is very sudden. And this is October 27th, 2017. Look at that. Look at that. This is the first time I've ever seen it look like this. I have no clue what the hell that could be. And again, look right here. See? Look right there. It started abruptly, which is not wind. Wind does not start abruptly like that. And here's Palm. This is October 28th, 2017. Look at that. You can clearly see there is a rhythm. I'm going to say maybe every 20 seconds. And this is October 28th as well, but Tim. And again, these are where they are located. Palm. See how close to the summit it's located? And this is the activity that is occurring today. Here's Palm. Let me bring this up real quick. Same thing is happening today. And today is October 29th, 2017. Same activity. Look at that. That looks like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 within 1 minute. So I'm going to say it's happening every 20 seconds. Which wind does not have a concurrent rhythm. It's impossible. Unless it really is some type of volcanic tremor and maybe, Mount Hood maybe is recharging. You never know. Even though there is a distinct lack of earthquakes. 0 in the past week. 0. But let's go to Tim. See, same thing here. Palm always shows stronger spectral lines. You see that? You see the lines? Obviously, Tim is picking up the same activity, but notice how it's not as strong here. It's not as strong. So that leads me to believe that the activity is centered more closer to the summit of Mount Hood. And then you look at these. This is showing a little bit of something, but nothing compared to what we saw up there at Palm. This is showing something too. So it shows a little bit on the surrounding seismographs in the area out here, but it's mainly centered on the mountain right here. Then again, I think it could be some type of volcanic signal, but there have been 0 earthquakes in the past week. In the past 100 days, there have been only 33. Only 33 earthquakes. See, there was a tiny swarm starting about a few weeks ago. I thought a good swarm was about to start because they had some good size ones. They had a 2.75, 2.27, and there are a few more behind there. So they had some good sized earthquakes within a short amount of time. Alright, so this is the second thing I want to show you guys. Moose Ponds, Wyoming, MOOW seismogram, which is about 60 miles south of Lake Yellowstone, has been showing some very peculiar tremors that started at 1641 UTC, October 16, 2017. I will detail in a list below the length of time each swarm lasted. I first thought it was surface noise because the majority of the waveforms were not showing up on any other seismographs in the area. MOOW was the only one to show these waveforms. But I still thought it was strange because I could not think of any type of surface noise that could produce these waveforms. Construction, wind, cars, walking, anything. I couldn't think because the waveforms seem strikingly similar. Again, I say these tremors have been extremely similar in waveform length, and each tremor is usually about 3 to 4 minutes long until the swarm subsides and begins to dwindle in length. I doubt even construction near a seismogram can produce such readings. This is very odd. On the University of Utah website, this is their seismogram map. This is MOOW, Moose Ponds, Wyoming. This is today for October 29, 2017. Still not showing those signals. This is the time and date of each episode. Again, each signal itself is approximately 3 to 4 minutes long. But once the episode starts to diminish, the length of each signal diminishes as well. Now I will show you the seismograms in question. This is the day it started, October 16, 2017. There they are, right there. I have no clue what these could be. Again, I am still studying seismology and volcanology, and I still have a lot to learn. But I still have learned a lot, though. It's a very interesting subject. And now I will show you the University of Utah one, October 16th, 2017. Very weird. See how they look extremely similar? Look at that. Extremely similar. And they're usually the same length. October 17th, 2017. This was very odd because these were a little longer than usual, but then down here it was like a mini swarm of these up here. I don't know. I still don't know what the hell they could be. Look at that. I still think it could be some type of surface interference because really, it didn't show up on any other seismograph in the area at all. So if anyone could help with this and help me figure out what these could be, that would be much help. October 18th, 2017. And then the monitor cut off right there for some weird reason. Then October 18th, 2017 as well. There was a big earthquake, what is it? I think it was in Indonesia or somewhere. Look, it really shook the Caldera. Look at that. Look at that. But that's not why I'm doing this. Look at that right there. That is crazy. And this is the last day that it happened. October 19th, 2017. But, and this is still going on. Notice how up here, let me zoom in. See how the lines that you could barely see any background noise. I mean, it's not that strong. But for some reason on this day, once this episode began and then it ended, look at this down here. You see that right there? Look at that right there. For some reason, the background noise increased. Look at those jagged edges. Look at that. Some type of low frequency event was started because of this on the 19th. Let's go all the way up. See the difference? And then down here. Something definitely changed in the background. Then October 19, 2017 as well for the University of Utah. Got some big quakes in the area that day. And again, it has not happened since October 19th, 2017. And of course, you can find a link to this website that I'm using right here in the description box below. But this is the last day right here. It was the last day. See the increased activity in the background? See that? Well, let's go to today. It's calmed down. A little bit, but it's calmed down for sure. It took a while for it to calm down, though. I mean, I think on the 24th, it still showed something. Yeah, see right there? See right there, the background noise? There's definitely something going on for a few days after this episode took place. Alright, last but definitely not least is the strange earthquakes. There were three of them. Three strange earthquakes that seem to have been centered somewhere near Indian Meadows, Wyoming. These are not distant earthquakes. Here I will show you what a distant earthquake looks like. This was the Fiji earthquake. It was a 6.4, and Fiji is a long way from Yellowstone. This is YHL. This is Hebgen Lake. That is very long distance. That's in Fiji. These three strange quakes have strikingly similar waveforms. They were quite long and showed up on very many neighboring seismographs, therefore eliminating any possibility of outside interference. Wind, cars, construction, anything. These appear to be volcanic tectonic earthquakes caused by the underground movement of magma, but I really cannot be sure. There were no distant earthquakes during these time frames that can account for these signals, and I will show you that at the end. They are obviously coming from underground, but have yet to be reported for some strange reason. These are the times they occurred. Notice how these strange quakes are exactly 6 minutes long? Isn't that strange? I don't know what that means. I just thought it was very, very weird. These earthquakes seem to have been centered south of Yellowstone, somewhere near Indian Meadows, Wyoming, because that's where the signal was the strongest, it seems. Here are the monitor locations. These are all of the monitors in the area, and the ones circled with the black circle are the monitors that picked up this signal. See how it's generally in this area right here? And you can find this on the University of Utah website where they have their seismogram map, if you want that. Usually I put almost all of my links that have to do with this stuff down in the description box under resources. Because one thing I hate about YouTube videos, especially that about volcanic tremors, harmonic tremors, anything about volcanic activity using seismographs, is they never leave a link. That is what gets me the most. You should always leave a link to all of your research included in every video, no matter what you do. Here's the first one I'll show you. This is Indian Meadows, Wyoming. See how October 12th started right here. Here are the signals right here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5 at the end. It looks like it has 5 distinct spectral lines, which means they are very strikingly similar. But these are not distant quakes. There were some large distant quakes, but at the beginning of this video I showed what a distant quake actually looks like. This cannot be a quake from around the world that is usually seen. See right here, this one right here? That right there, I'm going to guess that's probably in Soda Springs. That is not a global earthquake, that is a local earthquake, probably about 100, 150 miles maximum away from the park. So that's Indian Meadows, Wyoming right there. And there's that strange fourth one that I saw. Let's see a different channel. Alright. Here it is. Here's the first two right here. Indian Meadows, Wyoming. Look at those tremors right there. So this is for the 11th, right at the end of the 11th, October 11th. Here is the third one, right here on the same one, Indian Meadows, Wyoming, SPZ, October 12th, 2017. And the fourth one that I thought was interesting was this one down here. And here I will show you the neighboring seismographs. This is Flag Ranch, Wyoming. But you can specifically see at the same exact times, see that, and that, and that. Here as well. Though you can't see it as well, you can definitely see there was increased activity during the same exact times, especially right here. MCID, Moose Creek, Idaho. You can definitely see they were right here. Definitely see them. Oh yeah. Here's Maple Creek. Not a big difference, but you can definitely tell it caught the tail end of it. See right there, and right there. And definitely right here. And this is Mary Lake. I'm going to say probably 60, 65 miles north of Indian Meadows, I'm going to say. Give or take 10 miles. You can definitely see right there, and right there, and right here. Who knows what these are? But it cannot be surface noise. Surface noise cannot carry the same wavelength over even 20, 30, 40 miles. Here, I believe, is Pitchstone Plateau. You can definitely see it picked it up here also. And here is West Boundary, which is about, I'm going to say, 45, 50 miles north of Indian Meadows, Wyoming. You definitely see they're right there. So we have officially ruled out surface noise. Now, what we're going to see is the earthquakes in the world during this time period. Here, since it's the first one started at October 11th at 2246. So, just for shits and giggles, I put in 2000. And the last one was October 12th from 224 UTC to 230 UTC. So I just put in 4. And 1.5 and above magnitude. There were only 32 earthquakes during this time period at all. 1.5 magnitude and above. Let us see right here. 2246 was the first one when it started. And they're about 6 minutes long. Remember, each one is almost exactly 6 minutes long. Looks like they got one recorded right here. 2245. That's the same time, but it was a 2.2. That doesn't make any sense, though. Let me show you what an actual earthquake from Soda Springs, Idaho looks like. So this is what the Soda Springs earthquakes look like. The activity going on, it literally looked like a volcano was going to erupt down in Soda Springs. It was bad. So I believe that the magma at Yellowstone was putting pressure on those two fault lines. But here, you can see these are the earthquakes at Soda Springs. This is what it looks like from down there. And here's an example of a distant earthquake. See that long tail? This is Fiji. But this seismogram is from Hebgen Lake. But this earthquake was all the way in Fiji. And then we have these. What the hell are those? So if anyone can figure it out, please email me or leave a comment down below the video, and that would be amazing because I'm still scratching my head. Very weird. So now we're going to go look and see if USGS has any earthquakes reported during this time frame. So again, I did magnitude 1.5 and above, and I put in the time frame. So let's see. So the first one started 2246 to 2252. So let's look for 2246, and there it is right there. They do have one posted for that time. So that means that 2.2 in Soda Springs was this. Okay, that doesn't make much sense because the earthquakes in Soda Springs look like this. You see the difference? These are all in Soda Springs. I mean, that's probably 1.0. That's probably 1.2. I mean, I don't know the exact magnitudes. But these are what the earthquakes from Soda Springs look like. They never look like this, ever. You see the difference? So let's look for the other ones real quick. The next one started at 2306. 2257, they had a 1.7, but that does not account for it because it's 7 minutes late there. So no, they do not have the second one recorded. So let's see if they have the third one recorded at 224 UTC on the 12th. 224. No, they do not. They have one at 233 for Lincoln, Montana. So only one of these is reported, and apparently they think this was a 2.2. You know, maybe they are recording this. Maybe this did have an extra earthquake in it, and it's just kind of melded in with each other because it happened during the same time frame. But it's very weird. So they never really reported these. And it showed up on multiple seismographs, which means it was not surface noise. It cannot be surface noise. So I'm still scratching my head over here. Hopefully we'll figure it out soon. But that definitely was coming from underground. Definitely. No doubt about it. Well, I thank you much for watching, and if you guys can think of anything else or have any constructive criticism or comments or anything, just leave a comment down below the video. And thank you much, and God bless.